Welcome to Tech News This Week, a podcast that gets right to the top stories, scams, security alerts, and crazy things happening in the world of tech every week. I'm Spike Spangle, in this week for Kim Commando. Kim is taking care of some pressing family medical issues this week. Our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family. Take your time, Kim. Coming up in Tech News This Week, there's a new allegation claiming Google is tracking people without their permission. We'll tell you why it's happening and what one state is doing about it.
I'm Mike James. We're also going to tell you about a former employee suing his ex-employer for allegedly violating his privacy. It's an interesting case that could impact people all across the country.
Plus, are we alone in the universe? Coming up, we'll tell you how researchers at a California State University may have the answer to that age-old question.
And coming up, we're going to explore how people are digital risk takers and why they need to safeguard themselves and their online privacy.
We'll also tell you about some interesting smart products that you might want in your life. All that and more coming up on Tech News This Week from Commando.com. We start with another accusation that Google is tracking users without permission. You might remember last month when the Associated Press warned us that Google services on Android gadgets track and store your location data, even if you've turned off location history in the privacy settings. The tech giant's apps stores this information and uses it to provide targeted geographic-specific ads. Talk about shady. Now, the Washington Post reports that the state of Arizona is investigating Google's tracking practices to see if it's violating users' privacy. It could lead to some massive fines, depending on what investigators discover. Of course, Google is denying any wrongdoing. A Google spokesperson said the information is used to help people interact with its products, and they can delete their location history anytime they choose. So apparently Google thinks that justifies breaching your privacy? I don't think so. More tech news ahead, but now a quick thank you to our amazing partners at Indeed.
Here's a fascinating story about a former employee suing his ex-employer for violating his privacy. At least that's what the New York man who filed the lawsuit claims. He's accusing Brevet Capital Management of accessing his home computer and reading personal emails. He also says the company stole data that was stored on his personal hard drives. He's suing the company for allegedly violating federal anti-hacking laws, but the company has a different opinion of what went down altogether. A company spokesperson said that it didn't violate anti-hacking laws because the computer was Brevet's property. It actually bought the computer for him, so the company believes it's theirs to do whatever they want with it, which is an interesting take and raises tons of questions that could lead to more lawsuits. Does an employer have the right to read personal emails on devices used for work? It's a very common situation these days. And more people are working from home. The thing is, most employee handbooks typically say that the employees have no expectation of privacy on work devices. So if you're worried about your employer reading your personal messages, you shouldn't log in to personal accounts on work gadgets. That's where the whole work from home issue comes into play. Most work from home employees use the same computer for both work and personal things. So this might take a while for courts to figure out.
Here's a great way to cut down on your monthly bills if you're a senior, that is. Most people don't know this, but all 4 of the major U.S. mobile carriers offer special discount plans if you're 65 or older. Even better, Sprint, T-Mobile, and Verizon offer discounted rates for people 55 and older. Some of the cheaper plans are only available to people in select states, so you'll have to check out the details to make sure you're eligible. But if you are, you can save some serious coin. For example, T-Mobile offers 2 lines for $75 a month when you set up autopay. That plan features unlimited talk, text, and LTE data. AT&T offers a very limited senior plan that costs $29.99 per month and only works with flip phones. I didn't know flip phones were still a thing. Anyway, there are lots of details to look over and we've done the work for you. Go to Commando.com and search for top carriers offer discounted senior phone plans for all the information that you'll need. It might just help you lower those ever-growing monthly bills, especially for those on a fixed income.
The slide for Facebook continues, and there's a whole group of people who are running away. According to a new study, more than 40% of adult users have taken a break from Facebook. More than half have adjusted their privacy settings, and 44% of users under 29 have deleted the app altogether. And that's 4 times more than the older users. One constant stat, both younger and older Facebook users have taken a break for several weeks or more. Only 9% of people have bothered to download and look at the data Facebook has gathered on them, but half of those folks then turn around and delete the app. Facebook has run into an interesting problem with people who have asked for their data. The site says it can't provide all of the information it has because it simply gathers too much information. That should set off alarms right there, shouldn't it?
There's a mystery going on in space right now. Who's sending us signals? A new program called Breakthrough Listen out of the University of California, Berkeley, is searching for signals sent to Earth by extraterrestrial intelligence. And they found them. Well, they're not sure whether ET is phoning home yet, but they're getting signals they can't quite explain. A whopping 72 mysterious signals from a region 3 billion light years away have been detected. These fast radio bursts, as they're called, were found with artificial intelligence, but scientists aren't sure what made them. Theories include neutron stars, supermassive black holes, and yes, maybe aliens. To infinity and beyond, indeed.
Well, probably the biggest news in the tech world this week was Apple's annual fall event. The tech giant revealed a bunch of new gadgets that you're going to want to know about. So we have the juicy details for you. Here's Spike.
Probably the most interesting news was about the new Apple Watch. The Series 4 Apple Watch will be available for pre-orders this Friday, and it has a slick new design. It will come with a larger display, a louder speaker, and some great new health features. It has an electrical heart sensor, an ECG app, and fall detection. So if you take a tumble, it can call emergency services for you. How cool is that? As far as iPhones, the news was pretty much what we expected. There will be 3 new models: the iPhone XS, the XS Max, and the XR. One great thing about the XS and the XS Max models is the large storage capacity. You can get both models with 512 gigabytes if you want to shell out the big bucks. The iPhone XR is the lower priced model. That starts at $749, and the largest storage size for that one is 256 gigabytes. The XR is a little reminiscent of the iPhone 5C, as it comes in multiple color options and costs less than the higher-end models. For a roundup of everything that was revealed at the Apple event, go to commando.com. You'll see a full write-up of everything that was announced.
More tech news is just ahead. Right now, a quick thank you to our partners at Molecule.
The 2018 hurricane and tornado season is in full swing. So today, here are Commando.com's picks for the best free apps to track every storm and protect your family. The first major hurricane of the season is Florence, and it hit the East Coast earlier this week. If you live in hurricane, thunderstorm, or tornado-prone areas, we recommend these free apps for iPhones and Androids. Weather Underground is known as the most accurate weather forecasting app available. Its data comes from 270,000 local weather stations. Dark Sky is a more simple and easy-to-use weather app. For the big picture, though, nothing beats the My Radar app. Live color weather radar, light rain showers, thunderstorms, tornado activity, hurricane tracking, everything all in one app. We may not be able to control the weather, but with these apps, we can all stay one step ahead. And they're free. Go to commando.com. When it comes to our personal safety with all of our digital devices, most of us are our own worst enemy. Despite all of the warnings, America is a nation of digital risk takers. This past week, on my personal email account, I received 15 emails that I know were dangerous. Of course, all of them were from people I'd never heard of, and all were asking that I click in the email. The FBI says that about 25% of those will actually click. Those are great odds for cyber criminals. Meanwhile, we continue to reveal far too much about ourselves on the likes of Instagram, Facebook, and other social networks. You hear these warnings all the time, but here's what's most surprising. The ones taking the most risks online are those under the age of 40, that generation who grew up with computers, and the ones who should know better.
Well, if owning a Tesla is a dream of yours, be careful. It's also a thief's dream. That's because a team of researchers in Belgium has found an easy way for hackers to steal Tesla's Model S luxury sedans. So easy, in fact, that they can pull the job off in under 2 seconds. The problem is with the car's key fob. They were built by a company called Pectron, and researchers say that they made a critical mistake by using an extremely weak 40-bit cipher to encrypt the key fob codes. This lets a hacker clone the key fob in just 1.6 seconds with the help of about $600 worth of equipment. They simply steal the signals wirelessly from a nearby Tesla owner's key fob. And one of the researchers said, "We can completely impersonate the key fob and open and drive the vehicle." Tesla was told about this problem a year ago, but the company wasn't able to fix it until this past June. It's now using key fobs with stronger encryption. Plus, Tesla recently rolled out a new anti-theft feature to help fight this problem. It includes the ability to set a PIN code that you must enter on the dashboard display to drive the car. The company is recommending that all owners turn this security feature on. Also, if you bought a Tesla before June of this year, the company suggests upgrading to the more secure key fob.
You're not going to believe this frightening story. A robocall scam is spreading across the country where criminals pretend to be representatives from the Chinese consulate. Scammers are telling anyone who answers the phone that they have fallen victim to identity theft. They are then instructed to give credit card information or make a wire transfer to clear up the matter. But don't do it. It is a total scam. The FTC warned us about it a few months ago, but one woman in Massachusetts wasn't paying attention or didn't hear the broadcast. After about a week of corresponding with the scammers, she wired $95,000 to a bank in Hong Kong to avoid being arrested and removed from the U.S. only after she sent the money did she realize it was a scam. Luckily for her, the transfer happened over a weekend and her bank was closed. Local police got involved and notified the IRS. She was able to recover everything but an $80 wire fee. But not all victims are this lucky. Many others have reported losses that they weren't able to recover. That's why it is extremely important to be cautious with all phone calls from people that you don't know. The FTC suggests never wiring money in cases like this because most likely it's a scam. For more tips on fighting scams like this, go to commando.com and search for FTC warnings of new robocalling scam. It will really help you to know what to watch out for.
Well, everything seems to be turning smart these days. TVs, light bulbs, thermostats, and even toilets. Here's Spike with some ideas on what smart products you might want in your life.
Let's just go ahead and start with the smart toilet. I will warn you, it's pricey. Although a smart toilet sounds like a joke, imagine a sleek, modern commode that automatically arranges itself every time you enter the room. The heated seat and foot warmer will provide the lap of luxury. The bidet sprays in a variety of patterns and Bluetooth speakers will play music for you as you do your business. The touchscreen remote even allows you to flush from afar. Smart toilets don't come cheap. The Numi from Kohler will set you back about $6,500 plus installation. What about your pets? Before a long weekend away, any responsible owner will feel pangs of worry about a homebound dog or cat. The $179 PetSafe high-tech pet feeder connects to Wi-Fi, and with the app, you can set meal schedules from afar. Now, the term rotten egg is only cute until you encounter one. The $15 Quirky Egg Minder is a smart egg tray that tells you when it's time to throw them away. LED lights on the tray tell you which one is the oldest egg. If you eat a lot of eggs, this is an excellent idea. What about a smart toothbrush that tells you where you missed? Or a smart frying pan that counts calories as you add new ingredients? Or a smart water bottle that reminds you to take a sip? There's also a smart wine bottle, and the results are intoxicating. Be sure to check out Kim's column this week for all the details, and be sure to listen to Kim's national radio show. With over 400 radio stations throughout the United States, Kim Commando is bound to be in your hometown. Find the station nearest you or get the podcast at commando.com.